Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job?
If you ever feel like your degree was useless, just know that I spent three and a half years in nursing school.
Yeah, I have a degree in liberal math.
I've lived out in Asia for over a decade, and I would tell you the best way to survive out here in Asia is being an English teacher. And to be an English teacher, you need to have a bachelor's degree. And during these years, I've heard some of the wildest degrees. Things going from art degrees, criminal information, and also a flood of computer science degrees. And it seems like this problem is getting worse in the US with people getting more and more useless degrees year after year. So today I want to share with you some of these videos, some of the comments from these videos, and also from you guys from the comment section from our last video. So if there is one thing that can destroy an American's life, it's debt. And this is probably the biggest debt collector there is.
What are you studying?
I am studying creative writing.
Going to a private institution for a degree that typically does not have the best return on investment.
But I have a passion for this kind of writing.
But
so
is the degree required? Do you have a
Maybe.
degree?
Yeah, I have a degree
In?
liberal math.
What can we get into?
I don't know. What can you get into?
What are you studying?
Graphic communications. It's a super basic art degree.
Okay, so unemployment. Got it. We built up $75,000 of student loan debt. Say the degree one more time.
I study Shakespeare.
Okay, Shakespeare. Lovely guy. What are you going to do with that?
Well, that's such a complicated question.
Oh, no.
This is where you just have to say, we come from different worlds. You're not going to understand this.
What do you mean?
You won't understand like the precarity and why it's really all right.
What do you mean though?
Like your reaction there was like, oh,
I studied music composition in college. I was in the College of Arts School of Music, but I asked the job and you didn't know what to say.
So I have a lot of experience working at writing centers. So I could be, that, there's availability for those kinds of jobs. I also, something I really enjoy is like working with people, who, are like applying to college.
Guys, please comment below. What is liberal math? Is this that 1 + 1 = 3 math is racist stuff? What exactly is liberal math? Even Dude, Collab, I believe his name is, was confused. And then when he asked the guy, what do you do with that? He was like, what do we do with it? But the off part about this is these guys have degrees in Shakespeare, liberal math, something about creative communication, drawing. Who are you talking to for one? But with all of these degrees, as we saw, one of them $75,000 to study Shakespeare. Great. Go to the library. The cards are free. But the debts are getting high. And this is where I start pushing onto the family. Why aren't the families saying no to this stuff? Because they do sometimes co-sign these student loans. So I want to share with you a video of a father that kind of did that, but he got pushed back on.
Am I a bad dad for refusing to pay for my daughter's college because she chooses a useless major? My wife and I said when we had her, we were going to do everything in the world for her, pay for her college. Back then, school wasn't over $100,000. So now it's a giant investment. And it's always been under the premise that she would get a great education and give her the opportunity to make money and be successful. He wants to get a degree in theater. And so I said, look, baby, I'm going to pay for your school, but let's major in something that at least prepares you to make money if that becomes the priorities in your life. So she lost it. I mean, bad dad, that's easy. So now my wife's just mad at me. She's like, if you don't support me, I'm going to take out loans. I'll do it. She's mad at me now because she's telling me that I am putting, restrictions on my love for her. I'm sorry, I don't see it that way. I want to invest in her future.
Your wife wants to pay for the theater degree.
Totally. She's like, whatever she wants. Let's prepare her for life. And my feeling is, does that really prepare her for life?
And this is why I strongly believe every child should have a mother and a father. Because the mother is always going to teach an emotional base to the children, where the father is going to teach that logical. And we saw in this video, the father was like, let's get a degree that can really help you. Theater is just what? Soft play acting, nothing really too big, not going to get you a big job, not going to be a doctor. And when the father said no, the mother said, I'll take out the loans then, which still goes back on the father because I'm pretty sure he's going to have to pay back the loans. But to go out and get a theater degree that costs over $100,000 and the father's being logical about it, maybe I'm crazy, but I really understand what he's talking about. Why not be a doctor or a pilot? Study math, AI, something that transitions to the real world. Getting a theater or art degree or Shakespeare degree in the United States of America will not secure a decent job past fast food.
If you ever feel like your degree was useless, just know that I spent three and a half years in nursing school, obtained a bachelor's of science in nursing, proceeded to graduate, and then never used it. I took all the steps, passed the NCLEX, passed the test, walked the stage, never again looked at that degree, never again even tried. I knew I hated it from the second semester. I don't even know why I went there in the first place.
So I'm not even sure where to go with this. And one, she didn't even want to do the degree. The first semester of her 4-year adventure going through university, she didn't want to do it. And then once she graduated, zero motivation to even get a job. How do you get a nursing degree and you can't get anything? I understand it's a tough market, but you can find something, right? What occupation are you doing now? I literally clean people's houses for my friend who opened a cleaning business. So the friend that probably didn't have a degree ended up hiring a nurse to clean the house. And this final comment really brings it home, and it is harsh, but I think this is a reality of it. Your degree isn't useless. You are, sweetheart. Just because you have a degree and you can't find a job, it's not always the degree. Sometimes it's you. You're applying for jobs where a bunch of people are trying to get the same position. You really have to stand out. And just sitting around like, well, I passed the test. I did my certifications. Give me job, please. It doesn't work that way, guys.
But when did it get normalized for grads to not be able to get jobs out of college? It was a problem. Now it's just, yeah, I've been graduated for 2 years and I haven't found a job. Why is that normal? Why is that not shocking now? It's like people have become desensitized to it. I know people with masters that are struggling to find a job or a well-paying job, and I'm just concerned at how normal it is.
Okay, first thing, does she look like Candace Owens or was that just me? Second thing, she doesn't seem very concerned that she doesn't have a job. But I had a few friends that graduated when I was out there, and they were pushing, they were hustling. And I got friends right now that are living in America, that are out here in Vietnam, that are struggling or stressing over getting a job. Nobody wants to be unemployed for 2 years like she is. To me, it feels like, again, the energy is an issue here. The motivation, the strive to do it. Like something is holding her to a position where getting a job isn't life or death, or isn't, I'm going to be homeless next week. It's more of, if I get one, cool. If there's no motivation, you got a degree, what are we doing? The degree, like we saw in the last video, is not useless. It's usually the motivation of the people. But I don't know. Let me know below what you think about this girl and the last girl's energy. I really feel like they just lack the energy where they're going to walk into these interviews and these companies, they're not going to remember these people because they don't really shine. They don't bring something to the table. They don't awe them or wow them. None of that ever happened in these two little videos. Which brings me to a third one that really brings down the energy when it comes to talking. I want you guys to watch this video. It's going to be a little tough. I apologize. But listen to the energy.
I have a master's degree from a highly ranked university and I cannot find a job right now. This is the reality for new grads. I've got multiple internships, I'm bilingual, I study human-computer interaction and user research, and I just can't find a job. Like the last interview I had, the minute I sat down, the interviewer was like, "You're overqualified. Why do you even want to apply for this job?" And I was like, I need a job. But then for the bigger companies, the more famous ones, they're like, need people who have more experience, we don't need you. If you happen to be hiring and you happen to need someone who had my experience and skills, please do reach out to me. Thanks.
Okay, there's a few things in here. Remember we talked about the energy. Her energy's dead. This, blah, 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 blah. On top of that, though, she lacks experience, which is a problem with these kids getting these degrees. They're spending 4 to 5 years not getting experience. This is why things like doctors and pilots have such a good course through university. They go through residencies. They go through flight classes, flight hours, right? So when you do finish your school, your certifications, you are ready, right? Getting a degree in like computer science or something like that, you don't really have any real world skills past what you learned at the university, right? And the next thing that kind of got my attention, she said that they were telling her that she's overqualified immediately. I personally, as someone that used to hire a long time ago back in the day, I think it was the energy. And then the fact that she came out desperate, oh, I need the job, please help me. This is the worst thing you can ever do. And advice that I got when I actually left the military is they were saying to us, if you're going to get a job once you get out of here, start looking now. Don't look desperate. If you walk into a job interview like, please, please, please give me this job, that's not good. One, you might not be long-term or reliable. Maybe you just need money for a few months and then you're going to leave these jobs. If you go in there confident, not desperate, this is such an attractive talking point. And on top of all that, one thing that these three girls lacked is have confidence. Sit back straight, talk like they need you.
Was nobody going to tell me that getting a history degree was completely useless? When I chose my major, I didn't really do a lot of research on the job market for history grads. My counselor didn't warn me either, but it's literally backfiring right now. I graduated 8 months ago and I can barely even get an interview. It's to the point where I have started door dashing and using the Sparrow app just to get by and make money. I even started applying to warehouse and fast food positions in hopes of finding something full-time. So if you've been in my position before, please give me an advice on what to do. Is my degree basically useless at this point?
So this girl has motivation. She's doing DoorDash, other stuff. She's applying for warehouse jobs, McDonald's, whatever she's doing. She at least has the motivation and she's freaking out, which is good because it's motivating her. But the problem that this girl ran into was she never researched what she was doing. A history degree? Just like the father said a few videos ago when he said he didn't want his daughter to get a theater degree. What do you do with a history degree? I have seen so many English teachers out here in Southeast Asia becoming English teachers. And mind you, an English teacher only makes $8,000 to $12,000 a year. Even though these are poor, cheap countries, $8,000 to $12,000 a year for a degree that probably costs $60,000 to $70,000 is not worth it. Nobody gets a degree to work in a third world country. These people are indirectly doing this. So if you're going to get a degree, please research it. What does a history degree even do past being a teacher or unemployed? But what comes worse are the ones that just never figure it out and they keep rinse and repeating the same cycle. I want to show you this girl. This is an older video. She has quite a few degrees and none of them really have any real world value. Check this out.
Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job? BA in communication, BA in Spanish, BFA in dance. Get ready for this one. Master's degree in freaking journalism. Mind you, I've gotten laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in the span of 2 years. So if you're feeling behind, just know you're not alone. Basically, we're all cooked.
There's so many things going on wrong here. She has a language degree. She has a dance degree. She has a master's in journalism. What do you learn in 5 years for journalism that you can't just watch Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens for a couple months, take some notes, and go be your own journalist? I believe Tim Pool dropped out of high school and became a journalist. He's one of the more famous ones, right? This is not the problem of being you have degrees. The problem is, one, you didn't research what your degree was. Her degrees are non-relevant. Dance, accounting, Spanish, literature, something like that. None of these are relevant. They don't even help each other. Elon Musk, for example, has an engineering and a physics degree. These help each other. They complement each other. This girl speaks Spanish. She can do some numbers and she knows how to dance. Nobody's going to hire her except a couple spots, and I'm not going to say it so we be YouTube friendly. But the point being, research needs to be done when it comes to these degrees. Getting a bunch of degrees is not going to do anything. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality of the degree. And then the idea she got fired 3 times makes you think 2 things based off this. Is 1, she's getting really crappy jobs. Or 2, she's hard to work with. But I'm sure there's going to be even worse degrees out there. And let me know in the comments below, what is the craziest or dumbest degree that you've ever heard of at your university or your school? And I'll say with mine, it was literally basket weaving. I'm being dead serious. University of Washington offered a basket weaving class. Not a joke. But let me show you one even stupider. What is dance history? I don't even, did Michael Jackson, did Chris Brown get degrees in dancing and Dance history? Like, what are these degrees even mean at this point? It's kind of like the auto loan industry where dealerships are just selling loans. They're not really trying to sell the car anymore. Universities are just trying to sell student loans at this point. Hey, you want to learn how to clean garbage cans? We got a bachelor's degree for you. Hey, you want to know how to fold shirts like a military guy does? Don't join the military and get paid for it. Take our degree. It only costs $60,000. These degrees don't even make sense no more. A dance history degree. Even if you are a dance teacher, how is 4 years of learning this going to help you that you couldn't just go Wikipedia or ask AI about? This stuff is getting out of hand, guys. What kind of jobs are these people actually getting? Now, I'm going to say I hope she got an accountant degree because it looked like she works at a desk, which is a call center or maybe in an accountant firm. But the idea that this is being asked and what types of jobs, again, we just saw a girl with a degree in dance history that's applying for McDonald's and call centers. We've seen degrees that literally have no place in the work field. We've had a father that said, you're not getting a theater degree. It has no value, with a wife saying, I'll pull out loans if you don't allow her to do this. Things are getting out of control. I don't know where the miscommunication happened to the fact that the parents aren't stepping up to this, and the ones that do get pushed back on it. But when it comes to what they're getting, what kind of jobs are they getting is really what it comes down to. And when you have a bachelor's or you have a master's degree and your job is working at Walmart, packing nuts and milk into a bag for an old lady, you know something's wrong. But let's find out what these jobs are and check out the comment section where we do get some of these answers of people that have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and what kind of jobs they're actually applying for doing. Substitute teacher. I majored in accounting. $45,000 salaried job. I have 2 master's degrees. 2 master's degrees, and they're making pretty much a manager's salary at McDonald's. Bachelor's of Science in Data Science, and I'm a cold calling sales job. This has to be one of the worst jobs I ever do. Nobody wants you to call them, and they hate you. But data science, I remember this becoming a big thing after the computer science degree was getting shot on. Data science is not no. Starbucks barista still. I have a bachelor's in marketing and other, and I get rejected or ghosted. A marketing degree, a call center, administrative assistant with an MBA, a business degree, a high-end one. Graduated art school, now I can work at a grocery store bakery. Art school, you're looking to get that job. Medical receptionist, that's not too bad. If she's a nurse, that's a good step forward. This allows the experience, so that's not entirely bad. I'm a substitute teacher, bro. The way I hear this is a lot. And one thing to understand about substitute teachers is these jobs are literally temporary. It's like labor ready. You're going there, substituting once in a while, no solid hours usually, and sometimes the schools will bring you aboard, but they usually don't because they have a whole lot of substitute teachers. And the pay sucks. And you don't get the teachers union. So at the end of the day, we saw a ton of degrees, bachelor's and master's. We've seen people with 3 or 4 of these dang degrees, and everybody's working at McDonald's or call centers and stuff like that. And it's just getting out of control. But that's all I got for you today, guys. So again, leave a comment below. I am generally curious. What is the dumbest degree that your university or your local school offers as a bachelor's or master's degree? And also while you're down there, I'd appreciate it. You hit that like button. It's free. With that, I'll see you guys next video.